Hello and Sveiki, it's Kotaro from Japan, and today I'm gonna talk about must-see places in Lithuania when you visit a country for the first time. And at first, about me, I visited Lithuania about 30 times, or maybe more. Actually, I don't know exactly how many times I visited the country, but I think about 30 times, and I think I know the country very well, and I can tell you about Lithuania, like how good it is, what to see, where to visit in the country, and so on. So today I want to share my experiences in Lithuania, and I want to recommend some places for your first visit. And at first of all, I think most of the tourists will visit two big cities in Lithuania, which are Vilnius and Kaunas. Especially Vilnius is the capital of this country, so I think every tourist will visit the city at first. And actually Vilnius is my most favorite city in Lithuania. Vilnius is a beautiful city with beautiful architecture and its rich history. And also Vilnius Old Town, as far as I remember, Vilnius Old Town is the largest medieval old towns in Northern Europe or even whole Europe. And in 1994, the Vilnius Old Town was included as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In the town you can enjoy various architectural styles at the same time, like Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque and Neoclassical. Especially, personally I really like Baroque style. It's with the white color, and it gives you, how can I say, when I see such architecture I feel at ease. It gives you I like the mild color, such mild color. And as the old town is large, there are so many streets. Even I've heard that there are 70 streets maybe in the town, and the town itself is like a maze. I've walked a lot in the old town, but I still sometimes get lost and have no clue where I'm walking. And what's more, if you visit Vilnius, I suggest you visit the Gediminas Castle Tower. The tower is located on a hill, 142 meters tall hill, and you can have a beautiful panoramic view of the Vilnius Old Town. And from the other side, you can see Naujamiestis, where modern buildings are located. Except that I also recommend that you visit the Hill of the Three Crosses. It's located on a hill of 165 meters, and you can enjoy the view from a higher place. And there is a monument of three crosses made of concrete on the hill. And about the Hill of Three Crosses, there is such a, interesting legend that 14 Franciscan friars were invited to Vilnius. They preached the gospel and badmouthed Lithuanian gods. The residents of the city raged and killed all 14 friars, and 7 of them were even beheaded on the bleak hill. At first, original wooden crosses were built on the bleak hill in around 17th century, and later those crosses collapsed. But in 1916, crosses made of concrete were erected on the place. However, Soviet authorities demolished the monument, and the current crosses were built here in 1989. About the views, you can enjoy wider views of Vilnius city, although the old town looks a bit smaller from the 165 meters tall hill. You can also have a view of the Gediminas castle tower, and in a distance there is a TV tower, which is about 300 meters tall. And personally, I prefer the views from Gediminas castle tower, as I can have a closer look of the old town. And besides those panoramic views from the hills, I've got two favorite streets in Vilnius. The first one is Gediminas Avenue, which is the main street in Vilnius, and the second one is the Vilnius Street. You can be mesmerized by the nice atmosphere of the city and the beautiful architecture that built along those streets, Gediminas Avenue and Vilnius Street. Well, Gediminas Avenue is very long avenue, which stretches about maybe 2 or 3 kilometers as far as I remember. Vilnius Street is shorter, much shorter, but I like the atmosphere of Vilnius Street. And the architecture is more beautiful. And after Vilnius, I suggest you visit Trakai. It lies 28 kilometers west of Vilnius. It's one of the most popular tourist destinations in Lithuania. It's a lake resort, and there are even 200 lakes in the region where Trakai is located. There is the deepest lake called Lake Galve. It has even 21 islands, and one of them houses a very famous Trakai island castle. Well, Trakai once was the capital of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania from 1321 to 1323 before moving to Vilnius. Here you can admire the beautiful nature with forests and lakes, and you will be soothed by the view, especially like if you visit Trakai in summer. It's really beautiful, and you can even swim in the lake if you want. And the views of the lake and the castle looks like something you would find on a postcard. Well, I'm sure you can take a good picture on the place. And well, the castle was constructed in the 14th century, and in 17th century it was destroyed by, well, during the wars with Muscovy. Well, it's currently in Russia. But it was restored in 1950s and 1960s. And except Vilnius and Trakai, I want to recommend you visit Kaunas, Hill of Crosses, and if you have time, maybe Telšiai and any village in Dzūkija region. And sometimes it's called also like Dainava region. Well, but maybe it's better to say Dzūkija. The name is more famous, I can say, popular. And about Kaunas, it's the second largest city in the country, and about 300,000 people live there. The thing I like about Kaunas is its old town. There's a lot of Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque buildings which are giving a beautiful ambience to the city. It's nice to have a walk in the old town, and well, there's less tourists compared to Vilnius old town, so you can enjoy walking like in the how can I say, calmer place. It's quieter place. And yeah, you can spend a good time, and yeah, good and relaxing time. Well, I I personally like to see the old town, Kaunas old town, from the other side of riverbanks, and it's really beautiful. Here should be pictures, should be pictures. And also you can admire the modernist architecture that was recently inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Well, yeah. And another place I recommend is Hill of Crosses. It is a site of pilgrimage about 12 kilometers north of the city of Šaliai. Well, Šaliai is the 4th largest city in Lithuania, and on the Hill of Crosses, it's said that there are more than 200,000 crosses as of 2007, but you know, many years have passed since then, so there should be more crosses, maybe, if they didn't remove, there should be more. And also I think the place is more popular recent years, so well, I think many tourists put lots of crosses so far. And I like the place also because of its location. It's located in the countryside and the views are magnificent. You can enjoy the Lithuanian countryside view. It's really beautiful, especially if it's sunny. Then you can admire the blue sky and the greenery around the Hill of Crosses. And if you're lucky, you can even see storks very closely, because, well, there is a nest of storks nearby, so, well, you can see them even on the nest. And except those places like Vilnius, Kaunas, Trakai and Hill of Crosses, if you have time, I suggest you visit Telšiai and any village in Dzūkija region. Well, about Telšiai, it's located in Žemaitijos region, which is one of the 5 ethnographic regions in Lithuania, and it's located in the western part of Lithuania. Žemaitijos region has its own culture, language, food, and, well, many different culture. It has the different culture. And Telšiai, it's said that Telšiai is the capital of Žemaitija. Well, Telšiai. In Telšiai city there is a big lake called Lake Mastis, and nearby there is a hill which are churches located, and well, that church is very beautiful, but I really like the views from that church, which is located on a hill. You can see authentic wooden houses beneath, and there is a Lake Mastis, and the view is magnificent, out of this world. How can I say? Well, it's really beautiful, I can say, and one of the beautiful views I've ever seen in Lithuania. So I would recommend to visit Telšiai. And also in Telšiai there is a restaurant you can try Žemaitijan food, and I really like the. It's not food actually. It's rather cream. It's rather cream. It's called kastinis, and it's made of sour cream, sour milk, butter, garlic, salt, and so on. And I really like the taste, like mild taste. And you can eat it with potatoes or herrings. It's really tasty, so I recommend you visit Telšiai and try kastinis. And except Telšiai, I would recommend you any village in Dzūkija region. Dzūkija region is also one of the 5 ethnographic regions in Lithuania, and the region is mostly covered with forests. And in those forests there are villages where authentic wooden houses in those forests authentic wooden houses are located. And yeah, it's beautiful and unique. It's also, the region also has a unique culture and food and so on, and also dialect, maybe, as far as I remember. Well, and I was in one of villages in Dzūkija region, which is called Zervinos. Zervinos village you can access by train, but there are only 2 or 3 trains a day, so it's not really easy to get to. And in Zervinos village there are authentic wooden houses, and the roads are not paved, but you can feel like you went back in time. And I think those authentic houses exist maybe for many years, maybe more than 100 years maybe. So you can see how Lithuanian villages look like 100 years ago, or maybe more years. So, well, if you have time, I suggest to visit Telšiai and any village in Dzūkija region. Well, those are places that I would suggest on your first visit to Lithuania. But if you have time, well, there are so many beautiful places in Lithuania, so I can't say all of them, but well, those are main places I want you to visit when you visit to Lithuania for the first time. Well, yeah, also you can enjoy seaside places in Lithuania, which is, how can I say, well, on the seaside also there are so many interesting places like Klaipėda, which is the 3rd largest city in Lithuania, and there is also famous popular resort called Nida, and you can enjoy the sand dunes and so on. And it also has a unique culture. But it's kind of far from Vilnius, Kaunas, so, well, I don't know. You can visit them only if you have time. Well, if you have time, definitely you should go. You should visit those places. Well, I think that's all. That's all about the places, must-see places in Lithuania when you visit the country for the first time. Thank you for watching and see you later. Iki. Sveiki visiems! Neseniai pradėjau YouTube kanalo narystę ir įkėlusiu labai daug video iš Japonijos, ir tada galite sužinoti ir išmokti daugiau apie Japoniją. Na, todėl prisijunkite prie mano YouTube kanalo narystės. Ačiū!